Hello, everybody out there. Welcome to episode number, I don't know what, of Movies, Music, and
20
Middle
something.
Age. 20 something. Yes. Sounds like a TV show from the 80s. Yes. This is Movies, Music, and Middle Age. I'm Matt here, as always, with everybody's favorite, Jordan. Say hi, Jordan.
I'm everyone's favorite Jordan. I've taken
You're the only Jordan I know, so you're
code.
my favorite by default.
Okay. Aw, thanks.
You
Shucks. Hello,
and
everybody.
you and Jordan Catalano. We are, well, here, Jordan wants to say something before we get started. Go ahead, Jordan.
Uh,
About the day of the
when
week.
we are recording, it is Mother's Day. Wanted to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. Also, before you do the same, Matt, I just want to say, let's go Knicks. Just swept Philly
Go New
in the
York. No.
playoffs. I was gonna start singing. All right.
Yeah, for the and we don't want it to be this way. We'd like it to be 50-50, but for the
Go New York, go New York, go. Sorry.
for the 2% of our audience that's female, happy Mother's Day. We'd like that split to be more even, but let's not get ourselves here. There's about 5 women listening, so
For all the men listening, tell your wives if
yes,
you haven't already.
otherwise, if you have, yeah. Although if by the time you hear this, it's already too late. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
and I
to
do want to
fuck it up.
I want to bring up. And I know it's relative, people are going to laugh, but for us, I'm excited. On Spotify alone, just Spotify, not YouTube or Apple, we hit 500 listeners today. Woo! 500 listens, 500
Woo!
listens. Sorry, which 500 listeners? But
500 listens. They were
yes, you
all
have to start
listening,
somewhere. It's all it's all Jordan's
driving
wife
to
and my
mom's
mom.
house. Yeah.
Okay, what are we talking about today, Jordan? Go ahead, tell the people out there.
Today, we are giving our top five drama televisions, or at least television shows which have drama as one of the categories
Uh,
for IMDb, is how I did it.
I would say to clarify, because I know some people out there are going to be, semantic word Nazis or whatever, right? But the majority of the shows that we're talking about should be drama, right? It shouldn't be like it's like, oh, it's half comedy, half drama, it's Cheers, it's all. The majority of the show should be drama. There's a few funny elements, but it's a drama. Don't nitpick. You know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. It's a drama, right? Let's get serious here. So, yeah, we want to mix it up, bring back another totally objective because that joke will never get old. Totally objective list of Jordan in mind. So, yes, his top five and my top five. I am genuinely excited to hear what is on Jordan's list. 'Cause I swear to you, if you offer me a suitcase right now with $100,000, and I,
This
I don't think I could pick one. So
You
I'm
might get one. I have a very hard time with this because, in general, when I'm watching television, just because of how long a season you could watch a show for like, I don't know, hours, 50 hours, 100 hours of a
right,
television show,
right.
as opposed to a movie. I tend to lean towards lighthearted stuff because everything
This is
else
not the this is
is
not the show for you
dark
then.
already.
This is the wrong episode for you, Jordan. Maybe
So
I should have
yeah,
brought somebody
so
else in.
so while I have watched a lot of my shows, are probably gonna drama is in there. None of them would have
Okay.
been put in for best comedy at the Emmys, but it's
I
gonna be
would
rough.
I would genuinely be surprised if one of two things happen. If you or I have any of the same shows, which I think is almost a 0% chance, or if I
Zero.
hear one from you and I go, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." I don't think
Maybe
the
one.
yeah, maybe I'll hear one from you and say, "Okay, I should have seen that," but I think there's no chance, sincerely,
None.
that you and I have the same list at all. So
Absolutely not.
I will give you the honors to start with your number five drama television show. Go ahead, Jordan.
My number five. Now, I'm gonna put it out there again.
Please, please
I
do.
don't like that like prestige drama shit where it's like, oh, we're lawyers. We're important lawyers, or
Yeah, yeah.
oh, this hospital would never run with us. So I'm gonna start with there.
You're
So
gonna
my
preface
number
it by saying,
five,
"Okay, I cannot wait." Go ahead, please.
the season is ending shortly. The
Okay,
series is
okay,
ending shortly.
okay.
So unless they completely fuck up the landing,
Hmm.
my number five is The Boys.
The Boys. Okay, all
The
right, all right.
Boys.
My brother-in-law is a big fan of that show. I've never seen it. All I know is the actress on that show had facial surgery she shouldn't have had,
No, no, no.
according to the internet.
I did look that up. Well, according to the internet, lots of terrible things, but she has some disease that
Okay,
could
well then
re
now I feel like an
result.
asshole. Thank you.
Yes, take that
I take
as the
that back.
drama episode after all.
All right, so talk about the boys. Tell us about the boys. I mean, I know the premise, right? But for the people out there listening,
There's
talk
on
about
then
whatever you want to say.
basically it's the premise.
Amazon, right?
I mean, it's on Amazon. I love superheroes. Generally,
No shit.
the premise is well, not everybody
I'm
knows,
kidding. I'm kidding.
but I do. Generally, the premise is, superheroes. What if they were kind of assholes?
Okay.
You got these people who have these amazing powers, and not everyone's going to do the right thing
I
with
like
them,
that.
right? So you got Homelander, who is this Superman-esque character where he
Okay.
basically has
Is
all
that
of
the Zach
Superman's
Morris
powers.
lookalike guy that I see in memes everywhere?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Anthony Starr has some
Okay.
of the best memes out there. And he is Homelander, and he's like a fucking sociopath who just wants to be
This is like a
adored
hard.
by
This is a.
people.
Correct me if I'm wrong. And again, I'm not being like humorous here. This is a show that is adult oriented, right? It's not a
Oh
like
my
watch with your
God,
teens or kids.
yes.
Okay.
No, you
Okay.
do not watch this with your teens. The
Okay.
show, and I'm not, I don't care about spoilers. The show came out in 2019. So if you haven't seen episode one, I mean, episode one starts with who you don't
Hard.
know yet is going to be a main character walking and talking with his girlfriend. And while talking, you just hear a train whistle,
Hmm.
and then they turn around. He's covered in blood,
Okay.
and a character who is supposed to be similar to the Flash has just run right through her, pretty much just completely decimated her, and the main character sitting there holding her severed hands
So
in his
you've watched
hands.
this with your girls, is what you're saying?
This was a show that I watched with my eldest when she was 3 at the time.
Yeah, of course.
Uh,
Of course. The
I
math
bounced her
doesn't
on
math
my knee.
on that one. All right. So the boys. Are there any? I don't want to turn this into a boys episode, but are there any? Are they all new characters, or are they taken from other shows, or like what is it?
Oh, so this is an entirely different. This is just
Oh, just okay. Okay.
this.
So
This is none of these superheroes existed anywhere else. They all
okay.
exist for the boys, but of course they have to hit the certain tropes. You have your
Of course.
Homelander,
Yeah.
who's
The
Superman.
origin stories and yeah.
A-Train, who's like the Flash. You have the Deep, who is the Aquaman, but
I've
everyone
seen
just
A
like
Train
gives him
before.
shit.
That was the show where like all these ex-Vietnam guys went around like solving crimes and they had a black van. Is that
God, that show is so yeah, the
oh
A-Train.
A Train?
I pity the fool who tries to get me on their
I
helicopter.
don't fly.
I don't like to fly.
All right, sorry.
Um, yeah, the Deep, who's Aquaman, but they don't give him any. They
Face. What was
don't,
his
no
superhero? What
respect,
was
no
Face's
respect.
superhero? Okay.
The
All
who?
right.
I
Face.
missed that. The
Face.
face.
Yeah, never mind.
Oh God, who would he
George
be anyway?
Papard. I'm sorry. All right, we're going on. I'm sorry. All right, so the boys. I've heard good things about the show. My brother-in-law is a. You actually get along with him a lot. He's a huge Marvel everything. Like you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
Um,
show is dark as hell. There are obviously elements of humor in it. Has Carl Urban in it,
okay, not
so
Keith Urban.
not Keith Urban or Keith Richards. Carl Urban.
I would love. I would watch it tonight after we get off. If
Keith,
Keith Richards, you're gonna
he's gonna
fucking superpowers, man. Fucking.
he's gonna be alive, and
I can.
all of us are gonna be dead.
I can snort a mountain of coke and fly, man. Okay.
Number
I would
five,
say
The
science fiction,
Boys.
but I'll give you the drama. It's fine. Okay, number five, The Boys.
I'm looking at it, IMDb drama.
I'm not
You
gonna.
people
I
can
I
look.
will give it to you with zero debate. I'm just busting your chops. Okay, The Boys. It's been on my list. I will watch it one day. My number five. I don't know if you've heard of this one. Is a show called Justified. With
I have.
Timothy Olyphant. It's been off. It came on. Oh my God. I think it came out 2010 to like 2016. So it's been off for about 10 years now. But Timothy Olyphant, who I don't know if you know Timothy Olyphant or anybody out there knows him, he's amazing in anything that
Yeah,
he
no, I
does.
know him. He
Walton
was in Star
Goggins.
Wars. I know him.
What Star Wars was Timothy Olyphant in? Why can't I think
Timothy
of?
Oliphant
Oh
was
yeah,
in
oh
the
yeah,
Book
The
of Boba
Mandalorian.
Fett
Yeah.
in the
Sorry,
Mandalorian. Yeah.
yes. That he. So picture. So honestly, so okay. So that's funny you bring that up because that is more of a tribute to the character that he plays on Justified. He
Oh,
plays a
was it?
modern
Okay.
day. Well, I mean, it's the same. He's got the swagger. He plays. So
He's like a sheriff.
it also has Walton Goggins in it, who's amazing. I don't know if you know Walton Goggins.
I do. I watched Fallout.
Fucking
Another great
amazing
show.
actor, amazing actor. So it's based on an Elmore Leonard novel called story called Fire in the Hole.
Not L. Ron Hubbard.
Not L. Ron Hubbard, Elmore Leonard, who also they did the movie Get Shorty, that old John Travolta movie based off his books. He's done a lot of books that have been turned into movies. But anyway, it was one book and then they turned to a whole series. But Timothy Olyphant basically plays a U.S. Marshal from Kentucky. But in the beginning of the show, no spoilers, it's episode one, right? He's in Miami, he gives this guy, a day to get out of town before he kills him, and then he does kill him, and then he gets sent back to Kentucky, but that's where he's from, and all this kind of drama and stuff like that. It's a great show. I'm actually watching it again now for the third time. I just watched 2 episodes tonight. Not for this podcast, just because I'm rewatching as I like it, but it's one of those shows where everybody's cool. Everybody has that witty dialogue. You know what I'm talking about? They all have
The very polished where
but it doesn't feel forced. It's not like an
it's not like Gilmore
Sorkin,
Girls
right? Like
or
like
West
West Wing or
Wing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yes.
not like that. It's enjoyable. I love it. Yeah, he's got swag. I mean, Timothy Olyphant has swagger. I don't care. I'll say it. I'm a guy. I don't give a shit. Timothy Olyphant's awesome. I could watch him in anything. But it's a great
Like The
show.
Office.
Oh yes. Oh my God, I forgot that. In the seasons we don't want to remember. Yeah, the seasons when it should have been
The
over.
best seasons.
The best season. No, Justified is a great show. And another circle back to when we talked about High Fidelity, was it 2 weeks ago? Oh my God, Joelle Carter, who was one of oh my God, his Cusack's girlfriends, has a major role in Justified. She's on every season. So, but yeah, if you like witty dialogue, great acting,
Westerns.
it's a modern day. Yeah, it's just a great
Stetson
show.
hats.
It has a mod. It's just a great show. Check it out. But
Have heard of it.
I won't rant. It's an AMC show. FX, sorry, FX show. But I love it. It's great. But I'll turn it back to you for number four. Go ahead.
Turn it back. I just, as we were talking, and you might have strong feelings about this. Just as
I
we were
can't wait.
talking, I swapped my three and four.
You can't do
Um,
that. I'm going to make rules, but okay, fine.
can't rules do not
It's
exist.
just that's a first, folks. This is a first
And
for
even
movies,
if
music, and
they
middle age.
did on today, the day the Knicks swept the Sixers, I will break the rules. So number four,
Okay.
modern Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Modern Family. I was like, that's
Modern
not
Family.
fucking. Sorry for my
Maybe I
language.
rented
That's
the
not a
wrong
cop.
Modern Family.
Yeah, Modern Family. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's not a drama. Sherlock. Okay, the
Sherlock.
BBC,
Sherlock, the
the BBC
BBC,
show. Yes, right, with Martin Freeman. I remember that one.
Martin
Right,
Freeman,
Martin
Una
Freeman.
Stubbs, Robert Graves,
Was it?
Benedict, Be
Was it?
Bennifer Cumberbatch.
Wasn't Martin Freeman's wife? Didn't she play? Wasn't she on that
Yes,
show, or am I
she
imagining that?
was. She
Who did she
was.
play? I've seen every episode. I don't
She
remember who.
played a Mary Morstan,
That's
Mary
right.
Watson.
Yes,
Actually,
yes,
the
yes,
woman he was going to marry.
yes. Have you? I don't think we've ever talked about this. I enjoyed the BBC Sherlock. I wish it was longer as far as the episodes and seasons. But do you read the books at all when you were a kid? I loved it, but it's one of the few
Hmm.
fiction books that I love. I read the
This is
original
why
story
I
probably 10 times.
thought you would have a strong opinion one way or the other. I feel like we've spoken about this
We
because at
probably haven't
first I
not in
think
10 years.
you were probably uh wary about the idea that they added it into a modern. And I'm like, listen, you just got to watch this. I mean, Andrew Scott as Moriarty. Andrew
Yeah.
Scott, want to talk about an actor? Like you were just talking about Timothy
Walting.
Oliphant.
Okay.
Andrew Scott, man, that guy is so fucking
Doesn't he have
amazing.
the brother and they do the home remodeling show?
That's the other Scott.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
That's Scott.
Who was
I
the
was
guy who played? He played the blackmailer. Why can't I remember his name? The little kind of oh my God,
Oh,
the
he's in
master
everything.
blackmailer. Yeah, yeah. He's a really
Oh
Weasley kind
my
of. I can
God,
see
where
his
is
face as
he?
clear as
He
day.
was also in another person who
Was
was in
that
a Marvel
Charles
movie.
Augustus Milverton? I think was his name, right? In the.
Augustus Gloop. Don't don't
It's
make me run. I'm full of
I
chocolate.
feel of chocolate. How do you feel? Hungry. Um,
He's Augustus Gloop now forever. I'm gonna find this,
it's
but I'm
fine.
not gonna find it.
I mean, I am a purist. It's mostly because I grew up. My
Are you
mother
talking about
read.
Toby Jones?
Yes, I think so. My mother read
Augustus.
me the Sherlock Holmes stories when I was a kid, and I got into there was a show in the 80s with Jeremy Brett, Sherlock Holmes, and they were all almost to the point where some of the episodes were word for word
Was that the
to the books.
Masterpiece Theater one?
Yes, yes.
My father used to watch
It's
that
a
with the weird, with the really cool opening
it's a
with the
phenomenal show. It really is. It's the most faithful adaptation of the books that exists at any time period. You know, not like Peter Cushing when he fights the Nazis in World War II. But I like the show. Listen, like I said, I'll always be a purist, but that's because I grew up with it. But I do. I do genuinely enjoy the BBC Sherlock. It's a good
And
show.
Benedict Cumberbatch was, I thought, just I just like the way they added the new things, the newer elements,
Like
the
him,
text messages popping
him
up on the
seeing his
screen.
thoughts on screen.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was very cool. I mean, the cast obviously
Y-
amazing.
You're not going to
Um,
agree with me. Towards the last season, it felt they got a little they got a little too witty for my. I don't know. They tried to be
the,
too overly
the
clever where it didn't
the
need to
one
be.
thing that yeah,
Like the
I
girl in the
think the part that
coffin, and
the
I don't know.
what got me was just that I'm in my mind palace. That always throws me out. I read a book series where the main character is like, I'm in my mind palace and I'm walking through. I'm like, just shut up. Just
All right.
shut up.
All right, so Sherlock number four. I'm not that one. Does boys? That's probably because I just didn't think about it. But Sherlock, that's a good pick. That's a good pick for you. I like that one. Okay,
Thank you. I'm going to disappoint you the rest of the way.
so my number four, unless there's something else, you're good.
No,
Okay,
after yes, please.
my number four is a show that you will definitely know, but you shamefully have not seen. I'm gonna guess is The Wire from
I have not
2002 to
seen it.
2008. One of the not the right, but one of the first significant HBO shows to really stick out. I will tell you this about The Wire. My brother-in-law recommended this to me years ago. I started season one, watched two episodes. I didn't dislike it. I didn't hate it. I just watched two episodes, just whatever. Didn't finish it, right?
Yeah.
A couple years later, tried it again, watched two episodes, whatever. So I tried twice and I gave up. And then but I constantly everywhere. The Wire is the best show in the best. Every anything I read anywhere, any critic that I took seriously anywhere online, The Wire is amazing. The Wire is amazing. I said there has to be something to this show, right? Everybody that I would respect tells me it's amazing, but for some reason I can't get into it. So I finally said I'm going to watch the first season. I'll give it the whole first season. I don't care what happens. I'm finishing the first season. Started out okay, first two again, then it kind of lulled in the middle. I said, whatever. I promised myself. For whatever reason, I think the last episode of season one, this light bulb went off my head, and I said, "Oh my God, this is fucking amazing!" And then from there, then I was hooked. Then season two, season three, season four, season five. I don't know what happened. Something clicked, and I said, "Holy shit, this is an amazing show." Do you know anything about the show at all?
Um, I know it's about a trapeze artist. No, I know that it takes place in
Philippe
Baltimore.
Petit. Yeah, there's two
Um,
buildings he wants to walk between. He's yeah, no, it
it
takes
takes place
place
in Baltimore,
Baltimore.
and
Yes.
it has a fan base where you never have to. It's like, how do you know if someone is a fan of The Wire? Oh, don't worry, they'll tell you. So it's one of those shows. It's like the
It
CrossFit of TV shows. If you
it
haven't watched
really
it, yeah,
it's a huge the thing that I like about the show. There are main characters throughout all five
like
seasons, but
Idris Elba.
who's a phenomenal actor, and I'm just gonna say this: he should have been the next James Bond. Fuck anybody who doesn't agree with that. He's too old
I'm
now,
gonna
but
say this
he should have been
as
the
a
next Sherlock
straight
Holmes.
man, fucking handsome man.
Idris Elba is a fucking
He
good-looking
he
dude. I
does
don't
know
care what
he
anybody
does know
says.
the effect he has on people.
I, I'm aware of the effect I have on women. Um, Michael K. Williams, do you know who he is? R.I.P. Michael K. Williams. He had the big
Okay,
scar
now I
across
know
his
who you're
face.
talking about. Yes,
Phenomenal, total loss that he's not here anymore. But Michael K. Williams is in the show. He's one of the best actors in this show and just in general. Dominic West, who has been in many things, also I think.
a
My
young
God,
Michael B. Jordan,
yes, Michael B. Jordan when he was
pre-Fantastic
literally
Four.
15 years old. So anyway, they have the main cast, and they kind of they kind of break away from this plot line and do this for another season. So there's different kind of storylines, and they all intertwine across five seasons. But there's a I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's so much social commentary and
You can ruin it for
injustice,
me.
and I'm telling you, take it however you want, but you are doing yourself a severe injustice. And I know what kind of stuff you like and where you stand on certain things, and I'll leave it at that. But you would love this show, but you would have to just stick it out. But if you make it through the end of the show, you will definitely be on that train of people who respect the show. If you haven't seen, if people out there are listening and you consider
You want
yourself
to
a
yell at me?
fan of quality television and you haven't seen the show, then shame on you, honestly. Phenomenal show. I can't say anything else about it. I'll go back to Jordan. The Wire, my number four. Back to you for number three.
Number number three was number four. Now number three. Another show where I'm going to be
That's like Istanbul
bending
was
the rules.
Constantinople, right? Is
I'm
that what it
getting it.
was? Or was, yeah,
Yeah,
but
well, it's
okay, go ahead.
nobody's
Number three.
business but the Turks.
Go ahead.
Um, number three, the not the 70s version.
Uh-huh.
Like another show that
I'm
was
not, no idea where this is
Battlestar
going.
Galactica.
Can I tell you the first thing? I'll let you say what you want. Can I tell you the first thing that pops in my head when you say that? The There was the episode on The Office where Dwight basically tells Jim in so many words that like I don't use personal time at the office, right?
Yes.
I'm always working. And then Jim's basically quest for the entire day is to prove that Dwight does use personal time, right? But then to get to Dwight, he goes over behind his back and starts talking to Andy. He's like, "Did you see the most recent episode of Battlestar Galactica?" He's like, right? He's like, "Oh no, why? What happened?" He's like, "Oh, well, there are a bunch of Ewoks or whatever he says, right?" He's like, and then it's like, and then Dwight's like, and when every time he goes to talk, he hits the stopwatch, right? And then he goes back to work, but he just keeps saying, oh, they got beamed up, and
And
then they were Klingons. He just keeps saying nothing has to do with Battlestar Galactica.
Bears, Beats, and
Yeah,
Battlestar Galactica. I
I'm
actually
sorry.
own that T-shirt.
I'm sorry. I will let you go back to your. Go ahead.
That's no,
It's your
that's
spot
fine.
now. It's
That's
your spot.
fine.
Battlestar Galactica. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Battlestar
So the
Galactica.
remake, the new one, you
The
said, right?
remake,
Okay.
yes, with Edward James Olmos. I mean, the new one. It was done in 2009, so we're getting up there.
Holy Christ, God.
Um,
Yeah.
that's one of the worst things about as I was researching this and trying
You
to figure out.
realize
I'm like, I
how
don't want
much time has
how.
passed in your life?
Yes, yes. So Battlestar Galactica. I don't know. I did not watch it
What?
during its initial run.
Okay. What channel was it on? Was it like sci-fi or something? Or did
I
it? Okay, not
believe
that
it
it
was on the
matters.
sci-fi. It was one of the back in the day where it was on something and then they took it off and they had anything that was good. They always had a hard time unless it like there were so many good shows like Firefly, for instance, that
Hmm.
just because they were fucked around with. Um, but I don't know if this. I feel like it had to jump around. I never watched it.
It probably
I
did. It
I,
probably went
I
from, yeah.
think this was the early days of streaming. So this was yeah.
So you didn't see, so when did you see it then? You saw it what,
I
on
saw it like 10
Netflix or
years ago,
something,
maybe
or
12, like no, on Netflix. So I watched
okay.
on Netflix
Okay.
and it was just like it was Portlandia. I don't know if you've ever seen Portlandia, but they
Yeah,
did a
yeah.
whole episode of the two
I'm the
characters
pullout
watching
king.
Battlestar Galactica. Yes, that's right.
We're having a
Watching
sale.
Battlestar.
I don't know if
I
you know
shouldn't
this.
tell you this.
We're having a sale. I'm the
No.
pullout king. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm the Prologue King. Everyone knows that. But yeah, so there was a whole episode where the two characters just they had plans and they watch one episode and then the
Uh,
next one and the
yeah.
next one and they cancel the plan and they don't go to work and they lose their jobs and they just keep watching episode after episode after
Uh,
episode. Um, it was just, it had the sci-fi elements, which is a big deal for me, but it was just such a smart, cool
how
show.
many seasons was it?
So I'm looking at it right now. There were 74 episodes and
It
it was
feels like one of
four
those shows.
seasons.
Okay. I feel like it was on for like 10 years, but probably it's in my imagination.
Yeah,
Obviously it is
but it
because,
was it was just, it's humanity's home was destroyed and you just had a whole bunch of people in like a fleet
okay.
that got the ships off of their
Okay.
I f- I'm blanking on uh, the human colony. But then they decide they're being hunted the entire time. They're trying to get away by the Cylons,
It was
the
Zion. It
cyborg.
wasn't it Zion, and the machines were coming to try to
It
destroy
was it
Zion.
was
Oh, sorry,
no,
wrong show, wrong movie. Go ahead.
it was Zerg. So the Cylons and some of them look like you, so they're like oh, there are Cylons out there that look like people, and we don't know whether or not they're
Okay.
people or not. But
Okay.
uh, there's politics in it. There's sci-fi elements in it. There's uh,
It gave me Star Trek. I've never seen it, so this is with that preface it by saying that, right? But it gave me Star Trek: The Next Generation vibes.
Um, I mean, I guess you could say that there was a little bit of that just because of the fact that it was, I don't know, I feel like Next Generation was a little bit more
It will never be as good as the original. Sorry.
that is correct. Quoted that movie the other day at work and everyone looked at me like they had
Yeah,
no idea what I
yeah,
was
yeah.
talking
Well,
about.
you're 10 years old and everybody else probably.
Yes.
Anyway, go
So,
ahead.
but anyway, yeah, I mean, there was just so much to it. There were so many layers and it had Edward James almost as Admiral Adama
Hmm.
and or Commander Adama. I guess I ruined it for the fact
That's
that
okay.
at some point he becomes Admiral. So I apologize for the
Admiral
show that
Kirk.
ended in 2009, but
Admiral.
they're heading towards a planet that's been prophesized or spoken about that no one knows if it exists, but they're
Okay.
heading there because they have the entirety of the human race on a fleet of ships.
Okay.
they left the planet.
So it's sort
So
of Noah's Ark in space is basically what you're telling
yes,
me.
yes.
Okay.
So you have all the things that go on with the fact that you now have an entirely displaced people
Hmm.
across a fleet of ships being hunted by Cylons all the while.
All right.
And it's there's an episode from the first season. Actually, it's the first episode called 33. So after they leave their home planet, um, every 33 seconds they have to jump from there where they are.
Okay.
Otherwise, the Cylons will find them. So
That sounds
the
exhausting.
show actually does, yes. So the show actually has like a clock ticking. It just, yeah,
So it's
it's
like
very
grocery
cool.
games meets Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes.
I'm just teasing you. I mean, it seems like
How
something I would
dare you?
watch. I just,
You're
it's
just
one of those
mad
things
because
that it's
you're like drama.
all right. No, I like it. I mean, I like it. That's cool. That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I wouldn't be against watching that show. I
If
just have
you,
to find
I
time,
think that if
honestly.
people liked, you like the science fiction stuff, for the longest time I'm like, no, there's only Star Wars and Star
Yeah,
Trek. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
went
Yeah. Well, I
into
think
it, I'm
that's it.
like, holy crap, this thing is just so cool.
All right. I
So there you
like it.
go.
I like it. Number three. All right. Anything else?
No,
All
watch it.
right. Very good. Very good. We should do an episode. We should do an episode where we follow up on this and you watch one season of a show that I haven't seen. I
Oh
watch one of
God,
you and then we
we
revisit, but
tried
that
that.
specific show. No, but we have to stick to it. I
We
read
have
the
to.
book. Thank you very much.
I
Uh,
started watching. You said no. I said the number of episodes. I
I know.
watched the
I
number of
know.
episodes.
That was a,
Take that.
it's a great book, but goddamn depressing book. Okay. My number three, uh, Breaking Bad. I mean, this is obvious, but a phenomenal show. 2008 to 2013, 5 seasons or six if you don't want to count five as being split into two parts. Bryan Cranston, is a phenomenal actor. Aaron Paul. Uh, it's just a great show. I mean, I don't know what to say about this.
The guy from the Commish. No, wait, it's the other angry bald
Michael
cop guy.
Chiklis, Dean Norris. Um,
Dean Norris,
oh,
Michael Chiklis,
Giancarlo Esposito is in the show.
also in The Boys.
Is he? Oh, there you
Yes, he
go.
is.
Bob Odenkirk. This, I'm gonna be honest with you. This would probably be higher. First of all, everything about this show is top notch. Every single thing about it. Nothing will ever compare to this show as far as suspense and writing and twists and turns.
Nothing compares
Yes,
to
thank you,
you.
Prince. And I said Prince, and if you don't get that, that's your problem.
I mean, I'm more bald like Sinead, but sure.
Well, Prince wrote that song for her.
I know he did.
You made me lose my train of thought, Jordan. Oh, yeah. So I
I'm
was gonna say
scared.
this would be higher up on my list. The only reason it's not higher is because the shows, well, one of the shows at least above it, the show's perfect, but I don't have a personal connection to some of the themes. I've never been a drug dealer, right? I'm never going to be a drug dealer. I've never done the things, right? I can't see myself in these people, if that makes sense, right? I don't have that deep emotional connection with one of my other shows that I have. So it's a totally subjective reason, right? But I don't have that kind of emotional connection to it. As a piece of art, it's fucking amazing. It would be number one. But I love this show.
I tried.
The fact that no, you didn't. It's
I
amazing.
tried. I think watched 6 episodes.
How, oh my God, it's
Got
so good.
bored.
It's not boring. It's not.
It was
It's so good.
boring.
You have to commit though, man. I'm telling you, it's
It's,
amazing.
God, it's so much work
It's
and it's so
not.
depressing.
It's not depressing. Although I always joke, there's the joke. I mean, other people make this joke too, right? So anybody who out there, if you live in a cave, episode one, Bryan Cranston plays a high school chemistry teacher who finds out he has cancer and only has about a year to live, and he decides to sell drugs to provide for his family after he's dead. And the joke that I always make and other people make is that the season, if it was made in Europe, would be one episode. He finds out he has cancer and he just gets treatment and it's over because he doesn't need to worry about.
America,
He doesn't.
America.
It's over. That's it. He just go. We're
Oh, this is
it's free.
terrible.
It's free.
6 months later, rings the
Yeah.
bell. Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
It's just two episodes. Just one episode he finds out. Episode two he gets treatment. He rings the bell and it's over. Oh my God. It's I'm telling you, one day you'll be like, oh, my kids are out of the house. I'm an empty nester. I'll watch a show at like 30 years after the fact. You'll be like, Matt was right. I was 30 years late to the party. This is just one. I use this word art to cover music, painting, movies, TV, books, whatever. This is one of the most amazing pieces of art I've ever experienced in my life. And uh, yeah, whatever. Shame on you, but I get it. Everybody has different tastes, and that's fine, right? But hopefully one day. I'll leave
Maybe,
it at that.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe one day.
We'll go to your number two, I believe.
Number
Yes.
two
Number
with
two
a bullet. Again,
with a bullet.
so I don't know, maybe not a bullet. Number two with a sword.
Okay. S words for $500.
Game of Thrones.
Wow. I have
Now,
very strong feelings about this show.
now the last few episodes of the last season
Hmm.
are probably the reason why I didn't think it was. I mean, I got so into this. This could have been number one. I think it could have
Yeah,
been
I've
number
heard
one on
something.
most
I've
people's
heard
lists
some
if
people talk about the show.
the last season didn't suck so
I did
much.
watch this show, so it is a show that I can talk about with you. I've seen every episode. I did watch
I,
it.
I, at first, for a long time, I poo-pooed the show. I wasn't a big fan of swords and dragons and all that shit, but I ended up watching it.
Hmm.
Um, while watching, I ended up reading the books. So thank you, George R. R. Martin. Jon Snow is still currently laying bleeding in the snow in your books, even though this show ended in 2019. Jon Snow is currently bleeding out, and Brienne of Tarth is being hung by Lady Stoneheart in the books. So I wonder what happens. But the show I thought was just so damn good, and it
It was
was I
pretty
mean,
crazy. They had Starbucks in Westeros, but
I
in
mean
Poland Spring.
it happens that
No, it doesn't.
it's gentrification of
Gentrification of
Westeros,
Westeros.
Westeros.
The
All of a
hipsters
sudden,
have
there's a
come.
fucking Starbucks on every corner in Flea
Uh,
Bottom,
uh,
and I
I
felt like
listen.
they got very lazy in the end. See,
I like I like Game of Thrones, and I'm sure this is gonna whatever. I think there's a very passionate fan base and very vocal about a lot of things, how episodes can't be seen and things like that. My I want to preface it. I did like the show. I do like the show. My biggest issue with this show was and always will be. It's a little too much violence porn for me.
oh, I was gonna say
I am
not
not a
enough
prude. I
nudity.
am not a no. I am not a. I am actually the opposite of a prude. But I'm the violence porn doesn't offend me because of the violence. It offends me because it feels after a certain point it's just there to make up for a lack of anything that you have to say.
Don't watch The Boys.
You
There's
know what
so
but do you know what
much.
I'm saying though?
It's
Like I don't
I
mind violence, but
yes,
I feel
to
like
a
is it
degree, I get
are you
it.
do you just not have anything to say as a story or and listen, not to whatever, but like I don't know, the gratuit
I
like every other episode had to feature some kind of rape. It's like I get it. I
that yeah
get it.
that
Say
that's
something
yes.
new.
Yes, but I will say, I mean, the Battle of the Bastards was one of
The
the
Red Wedding is the best episode, honestly.
Red Wedding, fantastic, but the
And then
Battle of the
Arya's
Bastards,
revenge later.
yeah, yeah, with the yes, that was very satisfying. But the Battle of the Bastards, like there was a scene where Jon Snow is being like almost, not almost, like crushed by the weight of the two
Hmm.
forces fighting each other. That
Hmm.
like and you see this great shot from above of him like trying to breathe and I felt myself like holding my breath while that scene was going on but I mean that was just one of the greatest episodes of television for me. I just thought
Why?
that was just the coolest fucking thing.
Why can't I think of the Lannister brother? Oh my God, who wound up working with Daenerys? Why can't I think of his name, the actor? Well, or
Peter
in the show.
Dinklage.
Thank you. I think I'm gonna sound stupid to say I think he's the MVP. I think he's the MVP of the show, in my opinion.
The another fantastic so you had the Battle of the Bastards which I thought was showed the best of what it could do in terms of medieval battles
Yeah.
but then Tyrion Lannister's courtroom. I think that's probably what most people think about when they think about how amazing he fucking was in that show was when he
Also,
was
Peter Dinklage is another Jersey boy, so
was he
props.
really?
Shout out to Jersey.
Yeah.
He is. Yes.
Hey Peter, I know you're a big fan of the show. We'd love to have you
We
on.
have him on. Peter's gonna be on next week, folks. Spoiler.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
I
He
have a
doesn't know it yet.
42-inch plasma screen in every room.
Call me that one more time. Um,
Sorry, go ahead. I mean, the
uh,
cast, I will tell you this, the cast of Game of Thrones is stacked. I mean, there's not a weak link in this cast, I don't think. I mean, I'd have to go episode by episode, but oh my God. And Joffrey, one of the greatest. I'll say arguably, and complete sincerity here, one of the best villains in TV history, period, in any genre, period.
He was a character
Like full
that the
stop. I won't even.
entire world
Yes.
wanted to see die.
Oh my God. I think I pardon my French and my mom's listening, but this is gonna sound weird, but I got excited when he died. uh, yeah, and
And I'm done.
yeah. I mean, when Joffrey died, I was like, finally, oh my God, thank
Yes.
you, God. I was so
Tell Cersei it was me.
yes.
Oh,
No, it was a solid show.
it was also I mean, that was a show that everyone talked about. It was, if you didn't watch it
Yeah, I think
for a while, if you didn't watch it on Monday, you had to be like, don't talk to me about it. Don't talk to me about it. I haven't seen it yet.
I think other than it's the only thing I think that came close to that was The Sopranos, where people were talking about it, right? I can't think of anything in between The Sopranos or even now from when The Sopranos started to today that any other two shows. Those were the two big of like, oh my God, did you see Game of Thrones? Did you see Game of Thrones? Did
Yeah.
you see Game of Thrones? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, I could have done without the violence porn and the a rape scene every 5 minutes. But whatever. It's a great show. I'm with it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So before we move on, anything else that you want to say about Game of Thrones, or have
I
we
mean,
other than
yeah,
Peter Dinklage is amazing, which he is.
it had its moments of, I guess, that uh,
Violence porn.
violence, porn, but I don't know if it was that
It
bad.
yeah, I don't know.
It
Anyway,
was, I think the fall off
I
with
think
the
the
final
pros far
season
out.
was bigger.
I'll put it this way. I think the pros far outweigh the cons. It just got to a point where like you don't need to drive the point home. The expression beating a dead horse. I mean, at some point it's pulp. Like I get it's a violent world and these things happen, but at some point it's like, all right,
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah,
I
I
get it.
hear that.
That's all.
I agree. I
All
agree.
right. All right. But it's still a good show. And I did watch every episode. So I'm obviously not a
Yes.
hater. But okay. All right. My number two. Yes. We're on to my,
Number
yes, my
two.
number two.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if you've heard of this show. Maybe you have. I don't know if you know anything about the show. It is a show called The Americans. Do you know this show?
Yes, that was with what, Carrie Russell and
Mm-hmm.
some other guy, and they're
Matthew
like
Reese.
actual spies or some shit.
Matthew Reese,
Surprise.
Kerry
Spoiler.
Russell, and Noah Emmerich of The Truman Show fame. Who, anyway, the show was on FX from 2013 to 2018. So a few of the, oh, I should back up actually. So Justified, I actually watched live from episode one. So I was at day one with that. Wire obviously talked about how it took me a long time to get into that. Breaking Bad, I did not get into it until it was already over. But The Americans was a show that I had, I saw the preview, said, oh, this looks cool. And I watched from episode one. But the premise of this show is basically Kerry Russell and Matthew Reese are Russian spies living in the United States. It starts out in 1983, and they're spies here, right, to collect information for the KGB. And it's not planned out. It's a complete coincidence. Noah Emmerich moves in across the street next door. He turns out to be an FBI agent, and then it's just, yeah, it goes from there. But
I'm an FBI
I am
agent.
an FBI. The FBI is going to pay me to learn how to surf. This, it's one of those shows. Here's the best way I can explain it, right? On the surface, it is about spies and KGB and violence, and it's got a lot of stuff happens. Say right, so Star Wars and things like that happen, right? The Ronald Reagan Star Wars, a lot of true events, right? Somebody trying to assassinate Reagan, right? It's historical fiction in that sense, but it, on the surface, it's only about spies. It's really about like family and trust, and relationships and how people lie to each other and things like that, right? Like, it's almost, in the same way Sopranos is only about the mob, right? But it really isn't, right? Or Breaking Bad is only about him selling drugs. I don't know. This is just an amazing show. I've seen it about 4 or 5 times. I'm gonna watch it again. I highly recommend it. It's got this weird, obviously, it's a very different show than Stranger Things, but it has, especially for people in our age group, right, where it's got that weird mix of it's just a good show because it is, but it has some that 80s nostalgia. You know what I mean?
Got
Where
it.
you can
Yeah.
kind of watch it. I mean, I don't like it for that. It's so much more than that, but
Comrade, are you drinking Crystal Pepsi?
it is such. I will say this:
Or was that
it's
the 90s?
it is a very, 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 very dark show, right? A lot of people who do not deserve bad things to happen to them have bad things happen to them many, 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 many times throughout the show, right? Oh, wrong place, wrong time, right? Like, I'll put it this way: they're spies, and their main objective is not to get caught, right? So figure that out however you want to, right? So
Tickle fights.
it is not a happy ending
Oh,
show. It doesn't cheap out like that, right? So, but everything about it is the acting is top notch. The music, oh my God, the music alone,
I heard
yeah.
they're bringing it back. Is that true?
No,
Is that
no,
true?
the Americans.
I thought I heard something about that.
I mean, please,
I don't know how
if
it
you heard
ended.
something, it's an amazing show. I mean, yeah, just top notch. So it's a slow burn too. That's the other thing I was to say. It was a dark show was one thing. It's a super slow burn. If you when I say you, I don't mean just you, Jordan. I mean anybody listening. If you want that, and it's not a knock, right? But if Game of Thrones, you or some of these other shows where it's if you want that, I want action, I want payoff every week, every episode. This is not that. There is always a payoff, maybe at the end of the series, or maybe after or end of a season, or at the end of an arc, if you will, and it always is there. In the end series finale is a payoff of the entire show. But you have to, if you're not a patient person, if you want immediate gratification, this is not the show for you. But if you want a show that's just brutally dark, it's. I'll put it this way: if you enjoy David Fincher films, and you love just the dark side of humanity and just something that's well done, this is for you. If you want something that's going to make you happy, this is not that show, but it is top notch in every category. I can't recommend it enough. I'm actually thinking about writing a book about this show. After the other book that I'm writing right now. That's not a joke either. I think this might be the next one that I write, but I have to get through the first one first. So, phenomenal show. I can't recommend it enough. I think you would like it. But anyway, that's my number two. So now the moment everybody's been waiting for, we're moving into our number
So,
ones.
well, no, just real
Oh, you want to
quick.
ask me?
I
Please,
wanted to double
please,
check. I wanted to double
please.
check, and this is true. So I was wrong that they are not, there's no sequel, but there
Okay.
is a spiritual successor
Really?
called The Koreans, and it
I feel
follows
like you're
it's
fucking
no
with me right now so hard.
it follows North Korean spies posing as middle-class family in 1990s South Korea.
I'm gonna
And
look
you're
this
going to
up
look it
later.
up to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
if I'm messing with you,
I'll look this up
I
later. I
should
won't
be a
do this during
fantastic
our
actor.
podcast, but I swear, even saying okay. I'll look it up later. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that. I'll look it up later. I won't eat our time for that. The Koreans, we'll see. But no, all kidding aside, the Americans is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. No hyperbole. I love it. I can't recommend it enough. Anyway,
My
the
number
moment of
one.
truth for you. God help me. I can't wait. If it's K-pop Demon Hunters or something like that,
That's a movie.
I know it is.
Silly.
I'm gonna drop the podcast here. Okay. No, I'm kidding. What do you, I'm actually genuinely interested to see what you have coming. Hit
The
me.
Facts of Life. They had no, um,
Too close for comfort.
different
Okay.
strokes, especially that one special episode, the bike
I was
shop
a more of a
owner.
Webster guy myself, but
Yeah.
especially when he started fire and then threw it in his closet. Okay.
All right. My number one,
For real this
um,
time. For real. For real
for
though.
real, my
Okay.
for real,
Okay.
real number one.
Okay.
Um, I wish maybe it wouldn't be my number one if it didn't feel so, so, you know, a lot of it feels very familiar in the current climate, but the show is Andor, which I've talked
Okay.
about 1,000
He's,
times. This show,
I feel like I knew this was going to be on here. I didn't think it was number
you
one, but
did
okay.
this show, and I thought about it long and hard. That's what
That's what
she
she
said.
said. Yeah, thank you.
And um, the writing, the characters. Now I know it's a lot. It'll turn a lot of people off because like, oh, it's Star Wars, but it is literally about
No,
the
no, fuck because
rise. I
if
mean,
Game
there's
of
some
Thrones
people
can
who
be
are out
on
there,
there, if Game of Thrones can be considered a series show, which it is, then Andor can be on there. It doesn't matter if it's
but
dragons or spaceships.
this show was literally about the rise of this fascist empire and the beginnings of the rebellion trying
This
to
is
stop
right.
it
It's pre A New
pre
Hope, right?
Rogue One.
Yeah, yeah, right,
So
right. Because he's
you are
alive, obviously. Yeah, yeah,
you
obviously.
you're dealing with this character played by Stellan Skarsgård who gives some of the
Phenomenal
most
actor.
amazing speeches during this movie. They're during this show. I'm not even going to bore people, but for those who have seen it, you know exactly the speech I'm talking about. What have I given up? What have I sacrificed? I've sacrificed everything. Forced to use the tools of my oppressor. Um,
Is this still on, by the way? Is it or is it
it
done?
isn't. It was 2 seasons,
Okay, okay.
completely done. The
Like
show pretty
canceled,
much.
or they just said what it
No,
had to
it was
say?
it was supposed to be 2 seasons.
Okay,
It
okay.
it the series ends just before the events of Rogue One.
Which
Um,
is my second favorite Star Wars movie of all time.
which it really gets very deep into the political dystopian feel of Star Wars. That's the original movies didn't really get into, but really goes. You spend a lot of time with Mon Mothma, who was kind of just a throwaway character in the
Hmm.
original trilogy, and she is the actress. Um, was I'm trying to look up her actual name, Genevieve O'Reilly.
Okay.
She made you give a shit about Mon. Like she was amazing. Like you cared about the political intrigue of her trying to deal with the fact that she is part of this resistance while not giving it away and trying to navigate the political system. It was, and then there's a whole arc with Andy Serkis where I'm not even going to go into it because the show isn't that old. It just ended last year. Um, I think it was only one episode with him in it. Maybe it was two,
Okay.
but it was just it takes place in a prison where Cassian gets sent. It's just the acting in this show. And
Is
people, I know that I'm not
KSO2
saying
on this
you,
show? That's all I need to know.
K2SO is on this show.
Okay.
It's towards the end, um, and he is amazing in it as well when he comes in.
Oh, it
He
is
has some
KTSO. Damn it. KSO2.
K2SO K2.
KSTO sounds like some kind of virus that you get from a cow. Okay, go ahead.
It's
Sorry.
it's a it's a virus you get on a cruise ship that's hanging out in the middle of
Oh
the ocean.
God, please stop. If that happens, I'm done. I give it. I'm throwing in the towel if we go
Please
through that
listen to
again.
this before we all get hantavirus.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry. Okay, go ahead.
but but yeah, I mean it really takes Star Wars into a place that it's never been before, where you jumped in with like trade blockades and Phantom Menace, and you're like,
Right, right.
oh, what the hell? But this was just the political intrigue, the spies, the
This
building of the
has
rebellion. Oh, it was just so cool.
this has been on my list. I will say I've heard nothing but good things. Another show that my brother-in-law recommended. This has been on my list for a long time. I just whatever. There's nothing stop. There's nothing like, oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I think nothing like that. I want to watch it. I just
Fight
haven't
the
gotten around to it.
Empire. You're gonna like
Um,
God,
you know what it is?
after watching the show, I was ready to like run through a wall. Like,
I'll tell
let's
you what it
go.
is. We, my son and I watched, I mean, this is years ago at this point, right? What were the like Mandalorian, right? And the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, right? And then the Book of Boba Fett. And then Andor was kind of at the same time. And again, it's just us, right? But I kind of felt Star Wars showed out when Andor came out. Like, oh, another one. You know what I mean? And again,
Yeah,
I'm going to watch it. I really am. But it was just like, I need a break.
it's
I need a
so
Star Wars break. But I
so
do want to
much
watch
different than
this.
the other ones. So much different than the other ones. I mean, I
And
wouldn't
I
even consider putting as much as I love the Mandalorian and Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett, honestly, take it
I'm
or
a
leave it. I think that was very good, but
big
um,
Diego Luna fan too.
it's so good. He's so fantastic in it.
He's fantastic in everything.
That is also true, but there's a lot of great memorable characters on both sides. There are definitely people in this show that when you hate these people. And it has what's his face who
Is
was
Felicity Jones show up? I'm assuming no.
no, she does not show up.
I'm not
I'm
interested
sorry.
I'm not interested anymore. Sorry.
Um, but it introduced a lot of great new characters into the Star Wars world, as well as I can't remember his name and it's gonna kill me. It was he was in Rogue One, Krennic, the actor who played Krennic.
Oh, he was one of the
He
best.
does
Yeah,
show
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
Who
does
showed
show
up?
up
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
the end because of the fact that
We could
it
bring
leads up to
peace
Rogue
to the
One.
galaxy. You're confusing terrorism with peace, right? What is it? What's that
So
line?
good.
Rogue One is a fucking great movie, dude. I don't
Yes,
care what
and
anybody says.
if you love the gritty
I
realism
I
outside of the world of the Jedi and the mysticism,
I'm
this
not
show
exaggerating. My number one favorite Star Wars movie is Empire Strikes Back. My number two favorite Star Wars movie is Rogue One. I love Rogue One. So if it's anything like that, yes, I'm on
Yes.
board.
Yes.
All right.
All right. This is it.
I
Drum roll,
thought
please.
I had a feeling this was going to be on the list. When I didn't hear it 5, 4, 3, 2, I said, oh, maybe it's not. So okay. Jordan's number one is Andor. You'll probably know what this is because I think you and I have talked about it. My number one favorite show, drama of all time. My number one favorite show of all time, and probably my favorite piece of art in any medium, is a show called *Halt and Catch Fire*, which was only 4 seasons on AMC from 2014 to 2017. It has Scoot McNairy, who is one of those guys who's been in everything, but nobody knows his name. Lee Pace, who I know
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Lee
Uh,
Pace.
Mackenzie Davis, who is in some things too. Another Toby Huss, Carrie Bichet. I'm gonna put this out there, and I know you know this, but some people might not know it. I love this show so much. I am in the middle of writing a book about this show, which I'm gonna have published for sale soon. This is again not a joke. This is actually serious. I've written well over. I've brought up 150 pages in at this point. I love this show. I'm embarrassed to say it publicly that I've seen it over 10 times.
You should be a little bit.
I love this show. It speaks to me. I could talk about this for an hour. I won't because obviously I'm writing a book about it. But I think one of the many countless reasons I love this show is that it's not built on the drama is not manufactured from who is going to get killed this week. There's no guns, there's no violence. It is a complete character study. Anyway, the show takes place. It starts in 1980s in Texas in the Silicon Prairie, right, which was the Texas equivalent of the. I'm sorry. Uh, yeah, Silicon Prairie. Sorry, as opposed
Okay,
to
I was
Silicon
gonna say,
Valley,
are you
as
saying
opposed to
that right?
Silicon Valley. So in Texas, it was the Silicon Prairie. In California, San Francisco was the Silicon Valley, right? So they had their own kind of much smaller computer right growth in the 80s. But basically, the show starts. It takes place over 10 years, only over 4 seasons. But it's basically these people. A guy who used to work for IBM wants to have a couple people that he work at another company and build a PC to compete, right? A kind of rival of IBM. It's kind of similar to the Compaq story, right? But again, like the Americans or like Sopranos, the computers are relevant. It could be them building cars, it could be them building spaceships, it could be them being musicians. It's about these five or so core people over 10 years, over 4 seasons, and how they are constantly striving to want to be the best at what they do, how they lie to each other, how they manipulate each other, how they're always their own worst enemies. Uh, there are no words to express what this show means to me, and I know it sounds hokey, but it's sincere. It speaks to me on every level. It's a humanity show, and I love, like I said, I love the fact that it's not like, oh, he got shot, she's not going to find out he murdered. There's none of that. It's just it rings true. I can relate to almost everything in the show of whatever, always wanting more, always just striving to do something right or engine. It's just amazing. Phenomenal acting. It flew under the radar. It's a crime. It was on Netflix for a number of years, and it had, I'm just gonna be honest, it didn't have high numbers when it was out. And it's a miracle it made it 4 years, but it started picking up steam during COVID when it was on Netflix and everybody was home with nothing to do. And then AMC made the brilliant decision to start their own app like everybody, and then they pulled it off of Netflix, and now it's only on AMC Plus. So it's
And
kind
no
of
one
like,
has ever seen it again.
yeah. I mean, the one good thing about it is that AMC loved this show, and it was produced in house, so they didn't owe anybody money to make it. So it didn't end unexpectedly. They knew before
Oh,
season four,
that's
even yeah. So season
there's
three
so
ended.
many
They
shows
said,
that I've started watching, and that's why one of the reasons why I don't put my neck out there for these. The drama shows tend generally have slower burns, and why I don't put my neck out there because it's like, what's the point of watching this show if it's going to have no resolution? There's
yeah,
so
no,
many shows
this.
I've started and have no resolution.
This show, so season three ended, and when they renewed it for season four, they went into said, "Yeah, we're giving you the last season, but this is, you have 10 episodes to wrap it up." So they knew. And another thing about the show is that the writers of the show had said that every season they were basically constantly worried about if they were going to get renewed, right? So they purposely said they used up all their plot, right, in every season because they said, "Hey, if it ends, we want it." Boom. So when they did season one, they're like, "Hey, let's burn through our plot." And it
Okay,
almost worked out
that's
in a way because when they made season two or season three, season four, they said, "Oh well, we have to start all over, right?" I mean, they left a couple. You have to leave a little bit, right? You can't just destroy it, right? But
yes.
Um, I again, I mean, yeah, everybody in my family, everybody knows I have an unhealthy obsession with the show. It is my favorite. Forget music, forget a book, forget a painting. Um, this emotionally connects to me as a piece of art, a creative piece more than anything I've ever viewed, listened to, read, etc. in my life. I love this show beyond words, which is why I'm writing a book about it, like a weirdo, like a psychopath. But I highly recommend it, obviously.
I just
Yeah,
wish you weren't writing it with by cutting out letters from various magazines and mailing it to the
listen,
actors.
it's
That's so
a
weird.
so I'm writing the book. It's going to be one chapter per episode, 40 chapters total. I'm on chapter 23. I'm just finishing chapter 23, so I'm about 60% done. I'm almost done. Oh, my first draft, God help me.
You
But
got to
yeah,
be really confident in your ability in whatever you do to go with the nickname Scoot.
well, that's obviously not his real name.
That's what I mean. Like you got to be like,
Yeah.
call me Scoot.
Well, the story was that, and you can, yeah, that he used to scoot around on the carpet, and his grandma called him Scoot, and then it stuck. But he's a great
Um,
actor. He's been in a lot of things. You should
like
look
I
him up. You
said, you
probably
got to
see
be a
him.
good actor if you're going to be like, call me Scoot without people going, yeah, next, please.
Check this show out.
It's on the Roku channel as well, I just saw.
The first season starts out really, really hot. There's about 1.5 episodes in the middle where, oh, so here's another thing I'll say real quick, but whatever, we have extra time today. When I first started watching it, I started watching season one when season two just started, right? So season two came out, everybody said it's good, whatever, right? So I said, oh, whatever, I'll check it out, right? I watched about 5 episodes. Around season episode six, I said, I think I'm done. I think I'm just not interested, right?
Oh,
But then I kept reading. So Mary said, while I'm watching season one, season two came out. Everything I read was like, season two is amazing. Season two is amazing. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's amazing. You have to just get through season one. I'm like, "Ah, whatever. I'm like, I don't know, man. I think I'm done. I'm gonna quit. I stuck it out, and then I got to season two, and holy God, the jump from season one to season two is exponential from two to three. And by so there are people season one came out and all the critics were like, oh, it's kind of a rip off of Mad Men and it's okay, but I don't think it's gonna last. It's it's good, it's got promise, but whatever, right? By from season one to season four, it went from, yeah, I think it's okay, whatever, take it or leave it. By season four, every single critic who said that said this is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, and I was wrong, and it's best shows of the 2000s. Everybody
I
did a
only heard
complete
about the show
turnaround.
when you first mentioned it to me.
It's
Like I had no
amazing.
this point, I had no idea that this ever existed.
You should watch it. Like I
If I
said,
can
season
find
one
it.
can be a little rough. No, it's great. It's great, but like you have to just you kind of have to okay, just stick with it. Like I said with The Wire or with some of the other shows. But and yeah, it's just a great show. It's a super yeah, they put female characters at the forefront of a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's just great. Just check it out. Anyway, I'll stop because I'll talk about this for an hour. Read my book. I'll let everybody know when it's for sale. Anything else? I do have an honorable mention, but I'll let you do it. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I I I played around with the idea of adding Buffy the Vampire Slayer into
Okay, you
this
can throw it.
as for
Go
how
ahead.
much
Yeah,
I
throw
love
a
this
quick
show.
little bit
Another
about
show that
there.
I completely ran through. It's a little disappointing the fact that
Not the Christy
Joss
Swanson movie.
Whedon became such a well,
Asshole.
didn't became was apparently such an
What? You
asshole.
you discovered he was an asshole.
Yes, I mean no one knew back then.
He
At
didn't
least maybe the
become
actors
you.
and
Yeah,
actresses. Correct. Correct.
gotcha. Oh,
So,
here we go. Here we go. Slandering people
um,
again.
but I mean,
Or libel, John? I don't know, John. I can't remember. It's too
I
confusing.
read your comment, but then I forgot it immediately. And that has nothing to do with you. It's just my own addled brain. But no, I thought about putting this in here. Didn't it just didn't make the rest of the list, maybe because of time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, you
I
have
thought
to.
it was a great show. Watched every episode. It's
One of my favorite
just
actors
one of
was
those
on that
shows that
show.
didn't that allowed the one thing I will say is that Whedon shows weren't afraid to kill a character
Okay.
in a way that was um not just for like the sake of killing them, but to drive a point or to build onto something else. So
I
sometimes people kill it as just like a way to like grab viewers.
I
But
never saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but I had a lot of I mean, they're still my friends. I have a lot of friends who were into that show. When did it end? God, that was 90s, right? Early, was it, did it crack into the 2000s or was it before?
I mean, it was during the CW time.
Was it? Oh my
Um,
God.
it
I
bounced
forget.
around. That's another one of those things where like I feel like it was on one channel, then it ended, and then it was like picked up by. It actually ended in 2003. It's
Okay.
144 episodes,
Oh,
so
oh, well, Jesus, that's a lot.
it is a
Sarah Michelle Gellar was a
yeah,
big thing in the 90s. But we shouldn't go there. All right.
that was
I
it.
want I had one quick honorable mention that it's like a mini series. It was one, I'll call it season. It was never meant to be more than one. Phenomenal show, Chernobyl, the Chernobyl miniseries. I don't know if you've seen that.
I've heard of it, haven't seen
It's
it.
it is amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know what to say about it. Jared Harris is in it, who is one of my top 10 favorite actors of all time. You know, Jared Harris, I'm sure.
Good beard.
Stellan Skarsgård is in it. It's amazing.
He's in
Please
mine.
check it. What's that? Oh,
Yeah,
Jared Harris?
Stellan.
Stellan Skarsgård. But all right, I think we've gone way too far. But I think this was a good episode. I think we had obviously Matt loves one show, but anything you want to add here before we need to finally wrap this up before it's midnight?
No, I'm good. Let's wrap this. Let's wrap it up.
All right,
Let's go
so
Knicks.
there was a big God. This will. I want to revisit this in 2 weeks and see how that comment ages. Um, yes, thank you everybody for listening. Oh my God, I don't know how I almost missed this. I need to add this. We do now have a website, because it's only 2026. Do you want to share it? Do you remember the website? I remember the address. Do you remember the website address?
www dot movies, music, and middle age.com.
Yes.
You can find it
Movies.
using Netscape
Yeah.
or AOL.com.
Easy way.
Just ask your parents' permission to use the phone first.
Yes. 99 cents a minute, $2 a minute, every minute thereafter. Yes. We still are on Apple. We still are on Spotify. We still are on YouTube. All those platforms. We're on TikTok and things like that. But if you don't want to have to navigate to different social media apps or platforms, go to moviesmusicandmiddleage.com. It links to every single episode. You can send us a comment in there. You can send us an email. It has a link to you can see all of our episodes. You can subscribe right to the platform. So everything is on that website. And I do want to give a massive, sincere, massive shout out to my buddy Danny, who helped us make the website. I mean this truly, we couldn't have done it without him. So thank you for doing that for us. But yeah, please go to that website. And if you want anybody to build one, he'll build one for you. Obviously, he won't do it for you for free, but if you like our website, he'll help you with yours. You can discuss that with him. But yeah, big shout to Danny and to everybody else who commented. And yeah, I think that's it. Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah. Please follow, like, and subscribe. Tell a friend, add a comment. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Peace.
Have a great week.